Okay, Ted here, BigGoofyRunner, for March 7th, March 7th, 2021. Just one more of my weekly vlogs talking about my health and my attempt to get back in shape here, and just kind of touch base on how things are for working from home and all that kind of fun stuff. How has this last week been? If we just look at the numbers, I weighed in last Sunday. I was 252.5. Today I weighed in at 251.5. But those numbers don't tell the whole story, and I'll get into that in a few minutes. I also did all my running, all my novice training program for a marathon. Did all those runs this week. But again, that doesn't tell the whole story. So let's kind of get into what the whole story is then. So last Sunday, I weighed 252.5, and that was after 3 days of being at 251. So I had this little climb, I had this little bump, and I wasn't sure what it was. But that climb continued, and I hit 254 partway through the week, and I got kind of sick. I had stomach problems. Son was feeling bad, wife was feeling bad. Nothing drastic. Everybody's better now. It's definitely not COVID or anything like that, but that didn't feel good. That made me move some of my runs around. So I did. Tuesday, I think the day I was off sick, and then Wednesday I did 3 miles, but then I had like major headaches Thursday by the time work was done. So I didn't run Thursday. And then that meant that the other 3 runs for the week I needed to do on like the last 3 days. So I had to get them done. And I did them out of order because Friday I still wasn't feeling good. So I would have, if I was going to do them in order and I just shifted them, I would have had to do the 6 miler. But just wasn't feeling it. So I did 3 miles instead on Friday night. Saturday I did the 6 miles. Had some issues with my knees. And I changed shoes, because I was thinking maybe the shoes that I was using are getting to be a bit of a problem. But so corrected those. I changed the shoes. That's fine. And then this morning I did the 11 miler. So the 251.5 that I checked in at was before I did the 11-mile run. So down a couple pounds of water weight, I'm sure. But I'm hydrating to get that all back. But it was a rough 11 miles. And what I'm realizing is, even though it's a novice training program, it's not like it's a couched marathon. It's expecting some level. And every time I've ever done these before, I've always had some kind of higher level to start with before I started getting into these runs. And that's apparently not the case. So that is unfortunate. So I'll have to see. I'm going to give this week another good fair shot. The long run next week is 12 miles. I'll have to see how that goes, if that works there. But what I may have to do is realize that I'm just not ready to do the marathon training program. Not ready for those longer miles yet. I need to lose some more weight and strengthen my joints, because about mile 9 of the 11 miler today, I'm starting to have some knee issues again, even with the newer shoes. Yeah, having some problems. Part of it's the treadmill. Part of it's just that even when I've been heavier before, I've always had this background layer of training that I could still keep pushing and doing long miles even when I was really heavy. But now I guess I'm more heavy and out of shape, and my body, my joints especially, are having troubles with the longer miles. So I may have to take that longer mile run and reduce it in the training program until I get myself up to a better level, and then do proper marathon training. But like I said before, I'm not training specifically for a race. I'm doing the training program to get healthier and to rebuild my levels. So if I do some shifting, that's just being smart. Not necessarily giving up. A little bit of giving up, but it's just being smart, because if I wreck a joint or have some problems, then I'm not going to get better right now. And if I'm not aiming for a specific running goal, and the running is just to aid me in losing weight, it won't be helping me if I'm stuck in a chair or using crutches and I can't run or walk a lot or whatever. So little bit of just really honest analysis has to go into this next week to see how things are going and to see what that 12-mile run will actually end up being next week. Hopefully no more illness or sickness messing things up. But so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that's good. I'm hopeful that this will be better, but just don't know, and I need to honestly evaluate how things are and make adjustments. Back to the weight. 252 last week, 252.5 last Sunday, and 251.5 this Sunday. So it seems like, I've lost a pound since last Sunday, but that 252.5 was a pound and a half up from a 3-day ride at 251. But then, like as I said, I'd gotten up to 254, and this is a slow climb down from the 254 over the week to 251.5. And I've been at 251.5 for 2 days in a row now. And I did weigh myself after the treadmill, and I'm down a couple pounds after that. So it's is improvement, but I was hoping to be under 250 by now. That's kind of my next big goal, is to get below 250. So this week is going to be definitely a push to get there. I haven't been particularly bad on my diet or anything like that this week, so that's good. That's been helping. I did find there was one day that I was feeling like just awful crap after work was done, headache and things like that, and realizing that I had lunch, but I didn't really have anything after lunch till about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and maybe my blood sugar level was down. So I'm going to have to watch what I'm eating through the day and making sure that I get in some food through the afternoon, and I don't let my blood sugar levels tank, because just feel like crap if I do, obviously, and that's will prevent running and other exercising and things like that. So that's something I need to watch and pay attention to this week, while also watching the calories and just kind of make sure that I'm getting down. So the hope is, especially if I'm smart today, because I had the 251.5 weigh in, then I did 11 miles. If I'm not dumb today, I should still be down tomorrow, maybe down to that 251 where I had been the previous week, where I sat for 3 days, and then I can lose through the week. That's the goal, is to basically not shoot myself in the foot while I'm down here. I'm a bit disappointed in this past week that I haven't gotten below 250, but I am looking at it as that, I did come down 2.5 pounds from a high this week. So that's good. I just didn't blow it. I didn't give up. Because, that's the thing, right? When you're losing weight and you get things go the wrong direction on you, it's very easy to kind of fall off the wagon and go back to your old ways, because they're comfortable, they were good, they felt fine, all that kind of stuff. And of course, when you're dieting, trying to lose weight or anything like that, your brain is looking for any reason to not do that anymore, because it's uncomfortable. It doesn't necessarily like the change, that kind of stuff. So, that's funny, the video of me behind me. But anyway, yeah, so it's just the way the body is. So I just want to make sure that I am pushing through any of those kind of bad spots, recognizing them as they are, and just not letting myself be self-destructive in them. So, and some days I'm gonna be more capable of preventing that self-destruction than others, but it's just got to keep pushing. And got to remember, it's a journey. If I've got to make a left turn sometimes, that's okay. I can make a right turn and come back and get back on the path later. It's just time. Since I'm not aiming for a race, I'm not aiming for anything specific. The goals are a little bit more flexible on time. It's just about improvement and continually getting better, or trying to continually get better, because in some cases, just the act of attempting to get better is going to be useful in this case. So that's where I am mentally. That's where I'm trying to keep myself mentally, so that when I do have these steps back, or a little bit of regression, that I don't fall apart and, gain all that weight back. Because one thing I got to remember is 251.5 is 3.5 pounds lighter than when I started working from home. Over a year, just about a year ago now, and it's also quite a bit down from the worst I was at in January. So that was 267 to 251.5. So that's what, 15.5 pounds. That's significant loss, and I can keep doing that. I just got to work and not give up. So anyway, what else is going on this week? As I said, wife fell sick as well. Son was sick too, with stomach issues. All three of us had stomach issues. Daughter was never impacted, so I mean, good for her. It's so I don't know if it was food or just what it was, but so it was interesting. But yeah, everybody's better now, so that's all good. We had an interesting electronics day yesterday. Big internet day. We used up all of our a good chunk of our internet bandwidth yesterday on different things. So daughter was online playing with some friends, playing Minecraft stuff with some friends. Son was online streaming Mario Kart on Twitch. Heather was online streaming crocheting on Twitch. And I said, piss on it, I went online and streamed Minecraft on Twitch. So we used a good chunk of our bandwidth yesterday, so that was kind of fun. It was an interesting Saturday night, just a little bit different, just having some fun. It's, I'm thinking the treadmill's on the last legs at this point. It's, I mean, if you've watched the channel at all, I've complained a lot about this treadmill. I just do not like this thing. I do not like how I feel, and on it, and there's something about the way the deck is built or something that it sucks all the energy out of the legs, and there's no springiness or something. There's just the way the cushiness is. I think it just sucks all the energy out of the legs, and it can't even do strong walking on the thing. It just sucks so much energy out of the legs. So I don't know what it is with the thing. It does have an ability to lock it, so you're not using the bounce the same way. You're not getting kind of the same bounce or flexibility of the track. And when I do that, though, it becomes this big, solid, echoey drum. Just boom, 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 whenever I run. And it's just so loud. I need to turn that off. Basically take that off and go back to its normal cushioned way. And it's just not a good run on it. And wife feels the same way. It's got the same problems for her. It's the thing's a struggle, and we're both doing well on getting our our health and our training back on track, but this thing seems to be working against us at this point. So wife feels the same way. This thing is working against us. This treadmill now is actively working against us, and part of the problem is that if you're having a struggle run or exercising on it and you're a bit struggling, that seems to be when it turns the knife. It just seems to know when you're having troubles, and it makes it worse. Now, technically, that should make you a better runner, but it's working against me too hard mentally, and it's just a big fight with it all the time. So we've now ordered a new treadmill within the last half hour, essentially, to replace it. There was a company that we got treadmills before. We almost called them disposable treadmills because we went through them fairly quickly. This is a more robust version from them with some additional features that we like and things like that. And it was on sale, and I got some other special discounts and things like that. So it was in a price range that I was willing to do it. And the other treadmill, I'm seeing a bunch of rust underneath it now. So it's like the thing is the metal pan with all the motor and everything like that is ready to give or something. So there's some other stuff happening with that treadmill that I think is just ready to die. The fitness app that runs it keeps crashing out too. But yeah, you can't use the fitness app if the treadmill keeps crashing. And or if that app, you can't use the treadmill if the fitness app keeps crashing, and it's just not good that way. So yeah, I'm finding at least once a week I am basically resetting the breaker on the treadmill so that the Android computer inside it that the app runs on gets full reset, because I think there's a memory leak or something like that in the application or something. But it's time for this thing. Now it still works, but it's in too rough a shape to like give it to anybody or sell it or anything like that. So our plan right now is that where we've got it sitting, it's in a corner of the basement, in behind some bookshelves. So it's in its own little nook. Our basement is essentially an L. Our rec room area is an L, and we cut off the short side of the L and made it into the. At one point we had 2 treadmills in there, but I only have room for 1 treadmill in there right now. We got a bunch of other shelving in there for Heather's yarn and crocheting stuff and things like that. A bunch of her craft stuff is in there. But so we want to put the new treadmill in there. The old treadmill will have to come out. So what we're going to do is we got a spot in the garage where we'll put that in the garage. We've got an old TV that we take out to by the pool sometimes, and we're going to put it in the garage so we have something to watch. We'll put an Amazon Fire Stick on the thing or something like that, so we can watch some stuff in the garage if we're using the treadmill out there. And I suspect that's where I will do my longer runs, is still try and do it on those as I get healthier, just until we break that thing. It's well off warranty at this point. I don't know how much longer the deck's got in it or the belts, so I'm suspecting it's not going to last much longer anyway. And we definitely don't want to be in a situation where we have to go and panic buy a treadmill. So we did some research. This is what we wanted. This is what we're going to buy, and it should come in a couple weeks. So I got some time to do some organization in the garage, get that spot cleaned up. Right now we got a table where we're going to put it. We'll kind of put the treadmill in there instead. Just a little bit of more organization and stuff like that we'll have to do, so we'll get into that and sort that all out. Then we'll do some more cleanup in the space. It's a good time to clean up in the space anyway. So we'll get all organized and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. It's money that we didn't want to spend, but it's the fitness journey, right? And sometimes there's some costs to it. So, and right now it's just we're above freezing right now, but and the snow is melting, but it's a mess out there. Lots of hidden ice, and we live on a gravel road, so that's just a swamp and things like that. So running outside right now is not a great option unless I was to say taking the vehicle, drive somewhere, and then run outside where I could find some clear paths. So anyway, that's what that is. So that's the biggest thing for this week, is that we bought a new treadmill, so that's good. And we'll see how that goes. So I'm sure on the main family channel, BigGoofyRunner and Family, there'll be some kind of unboxing or setup video for that treadmill, and we'll go from there. So we'll kind of do a bit of a review on that thing and give it a test, and hopefully it works really well for us. I've got hopes, because the company we've worked with, we've used their treadmills before, and they've worked well for us. So we have high hopes. So anyway, I'm going to end that video here, and do some quick editing, get this up, and it should be up on March 8th for everyone to see. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video next week, and have a good one.